Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode. Today I talk with Don Sevcik from MathCelebrity. They're helping over 8 million unique visitors per year learn how to do math in a new way. In today's episode, we then dive into some opportunities for conversion, for how to improve how many people sign up for their paid subscription. We take a look at some ways to truly simplify the enrollment process, to remove some of that friction along that journey. We also employ my very favorite, very free technique called the Squint test to make sure that the page design is reflecting the true nudge that you want people to do or the true action you want people to do on the page. We also hear from Don about the importance of having really clear communication, transparency, and also the importance of having testimonials to really build trust with your visitors. So let's dive in. Hi, this is AJ Davis, and I'm here today with Don from MathCelebrity. Welcome to this episode of the Experiment Zone podcast. Welcome, Don.
Thanks. I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and also about MathCelebrity.
Sure. I'm Don Sevcik. I run MathCelebrity, which you can think of as like a Google for math. So you enter your math problem or search term, push the button, and in a split second, we'll show you this step-by-step work, followed by the answer. We cover 5th grade through college, and last year we got 8.1 million unique visitors from over 150 countries.
Wow, you guys are getting a lot of traction with traffic. Tell us a little bit about the conversion side of that puzzle.
We struggle immensely with conversion. So 65% of our traffic is under 18, so obviously they can't buy without a parent. And then the other 35% ranges from college students all the way up through parents. So we've tried, in the last 6 years, probably 13 different offers and funnels, and we really haven't had anyone buy. So we're in a weird spot because our traffic grows every year, year after year, but we just haven't found a way to monetize licenses. So really, we only make money through ads.
Tell us a little bit about what people get if they sign up to be a customer.
Our MathCelebrity plan, you get the ads removed, you get unlimited calculations with steps, you get to save your calculations. And then if you upgrade to MathCelebrity Plus, you get unlimited practice problem generators. So instead of having to go to a book to learn more practice problems, you just click a button and it will randomize a problem on that calculator, and you can just keep generating practice problems. And then we also have quiz generators and assessments. So suppose that you're on algebra equations, you can say, give me 15 problems with A to D multiple choice, and it will score you and time you.
Awesome. That sounds really helpful. It sounds like it's a good substitute or complement to potentially having like a one-on-one person who's tutoring you or something else. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, mom doesn't have to leave the house. She doesn't have to schedule tutoring sessions, doesn't have to worry about weather, doesn't have to worry about her child going to see a tutor who they know nothing about. It's just, you can use it 24 hours a day and you don't have to worry about scheduling conflicts.
Well, I'm excited to jump in and do our quick conversion audit with you. So I'm going to set up a screen share in just a moment. Before I do that, can you tell me where most of your traffic is coming from? Are they on desktop, mobile, kind of a combination?
Right now it's 55% desktop, 45% mobile, and 91% of that 8 million number is coming from SEO long tail keywords. So
Wow.
Things like algebraic expressions calculator or interval notation calculator. So most of the visitors are not hitting the homepage. They're actually jumping into one of our 500 calculators, and that's how they start their journey.
Awesome. Well, we'll pull up one of those calculators now then. I have the homepage up, but let's navigate over to one of those. So give me just one moment. And I do think I will stick on desktop since that's a little easier to screen share today. And you said most of your traffic's there. If I were coming in on the homepage, how do I get to one of those popular calculators or entry points?
If you see that search box there with the camera icon, you could just type in something like 2x minus 9 equals 31. There you go.
Okay, great. So here we are on a typical page. So you say this is kind of how people end up on the site to begin with. This is their first experience here. Would I have typed this in Google search and then it brings me to this page?
Yeah, Google's actually in the last 2 years picking up some of our math problems now. So what happens is you'll type in like cosine of 60 degrees. We will come up in the first 1, 2, or 3 results. You click that and it runs that problem on our site.
Got it. Okay. But it will show this solution here once you come to the site. So I'm going to kind of put on my hat as though I had typed this into Google. I'm getting to know MathCelebrity maybe for the first time. I'm seeing the logo here. So there's nice brand positioning here. Definitely some of these ads are catching my eye, which makes sense that you're getting a lot of revenue through ads since they're highly visible here. I see that I can solve the equation here and really get to know how this all comes together, which is great. I have what's the answer? How does the calculator work? So there's lots of great information here. I see some recommended example equations. And as I'm scrolling here, one thing I'm not seeing is what you talked about. So tell me how people typically start to learn about the upgraded service beyond it being in the navigation.
If you refresh this page 2 more times on the third calculation, it will ask you if you want to see unlimited steps, click here.
Okay.
So you get 2 free full ones, and then the third one, and it will ask you to opt in.
All right. So there's my second one. I'm just going to increment this a little bit, show the page refresh. All right. So there, just like you said, so here I have done the equation twice. I got the free walkthrough, so I got a chance to preview how it comes together. And then now I can tap to view steps. So what I'm expecting is that's where I would see that opportunity. Okay, great. So get the steps to your math problem. You're almost here. Show me the steps. So I'm going to type in my email. So that's my AJ Davis experiment zone. Show me the steps. I'm assuming there'll be an email sent to me. And now I'm seeing what looks like a landing page or kind of overview of how this all comes together. So let me just take a little read through here. Unlock your math superpowers, become a celebrity now, enroll now. Okay, so I'm seeing 2 different subscriptions here that I can do a comparison of. I do feel like I've kind of lost track of my last calculation. So if I go to my email, would I be able to click through to see a result there? Or do I need to upgrade in order to see a third result?
You'd have to upgrade. You will get an email just directing you back to the site, but that's correct. You would need to upgrade to see the math on the third one.
Perfect. Yeah, and maybe there's a way to directly communicate that expectation here. So seeing this page, it really kind of switches context from, hey, I'm doing these math problems to now I'm becoming enrolled in the program. And so it could be that you continue that hook of, enroll now to see the results, enroll now to see the problem, or enroll now to get unlimited. It does seem a little disconnected at first glance here from what I was doing to now becoming a math celebrity when I may not really know what that term means. So I'm just going to read through this page a bit. So join our community to elevate your skills to celebrity status. What does it mean to have my turn to shine or become a celebrity in terms of like what the customer is thinking about here or what you want them to think about?
That comes from how we found our name. So back in the day when I started this, we were watching the Oscars one day and we saw that the celebrities that were on there would get a huge bag of swag worth like $30,000 and they get a red carpet rolled out to them. So our thought was, why couldn't we do that for math students, right? You would become a math celebrity where we would just give you step-by-step math, all the help you need at your fingertips.
I love that last phrase you just said, all the help you need at your fingertips. And I'd love to see some more direct language here. So it's super playful to tie this back into the brand name. I do want to see some like directness of like who you help, what we get, and then that outcome. So I think thinking about simplifying this hero section, again, to communicate who you help, how you help them, and why they should work with you, I think would really kind of help elevate what's happening here. Enroll now, start now. So tell me a little bit, and I haven't done it yet. So what's the difference between this enroll now and then these 2 start now options, just in terms of like the journey itself?
If you click either one, well, if you click the enroll now, it brings you down to the 2 options.
Okay.
And then if you click start now, it'll go to the respective checkout page for that plan.
Got it. Okay.
But I think what we're going to do in the future is just do the lower plan, and then you can upgrade to the higher plan so the journey's a little bit clearer.
Yeah, I like that idea. And I think sometimes what can be helpful is to talk about the benefits versus the features. And so I think there's a bit of a blend here, which can be clarified. So sometimes I even think of like a kind of a map of that, where one column showing like a feature and a benefit or an outcome. So step-by-step solutions, see the journey, not just the destination, track your progress, add free experience. A lot of the things you mentioned up front about like being able to save time or get a math tutor available 24/7, I feel like some of that language could really fit in here as well as one of the features and benefits to the plan. Okay, we've got some social proof here, which is great. Got instructors. So one of the things that comes to mind for me in this section is helping answer the question of who you help by reinforcing it within your testimonial section. So I think an opportunity here is to call out if they are a parent of a certain age group or a student trying to tackle a certain type of problem or achieving a certain goal. And oftentimes that can be done, Valencia, mother of 16-year-old prepping for SATs. So something that becomes relatable and tells some of that story. And then...
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Thanks. And with the thing I see here too is there's a bit of this combination of the hierarchy here of like, see what our math celebrities are saying. I would use it again. Math's not my favorite subject. Is this, I would use Math Celebrity again, like something they provided as part of this review as well?
Yeah, this is all direct quotations from them. These are all parents, by the way. These are all direct quotations from them. So I could add parent at the end, like you said.
Yeah, I think that's great. And what I would consider doing here is bumping up the font for this white section, just so it's like really the thing in view, and then bold the thing that you want them to the thing that you want them to remember from the quote. So what you've done is pulled out that part of the quote as almost a title here. And I think it gives it a little bit more continuity from a design perspective to show, here's a really robust thing people said, and here's the little bit that we really want you to focus on. So upping the font size here will help people focus on it. I've said it again and again in this podcast, but one of the things I love to think about is the Squint test. And literally, it's the cheapest research you could possibly do. You sit back in your chair and squint your eyes and ask what pops out on the page for you. So I'm going to ask that for you. What do you see when you look at this section as standing out?
See what our math celebrities are saying.
I think what we really want to do in this section is to focus on what the parents say so people can really resonate and that sticks with them. So one small design change would be to, switch this to being the same type of font, remove that white background. I think that's why you're seeing it pass that Squint test, and then use that larger font around the quotes to really draw people into the words that people said. But I love that you have the social proof. It makes a huge difference for folks. We talked about the simplification you're planning to do here, so I'll keep that up there. So we've got social proof. I think one thing I'm having trouble with this is understanding what the experience is like once I do sign up. So you have a lot of words that talk about what I get, and you have your nice little checklist of getting your history, ad-free experience. But I think there's an opportunity here to highlight with some more imagery of what the experience looks like once you've upgraded.
Would a video be good of me using the site as a demo?
Yeah, that could be something. I almost picture for each of these, there's like a list at the very top that says what your subscription gets you. Check, 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 all the things with the features and benefits. And then below, there could be kind of breaking that into maybe 3 or 4 sections where you describe what does it mean to have step-by-step solutions. Maybe there's a screenshot or a short video summarizing that piece of it. Just something to kind of really bring the what of this to life a little bit more. Oh, and there's your video. Okay, there we go. So here's what I get with Math Celebrity. There's another. Oh, there's more quotes down here. Great. And here. Okay, so one thing that you might consider doing here, because a lot of this content is a recap of what we had before, which I think can be useful in some ways is to think about the differentiators for MathCelebrity versus other tools they might be signing up for and focus this page on reiterating that. So I mentioned at a pretty high level on the last page, the who, what, and why. And so what I'm suggesting is reiterating the why. So let me pass it back to you. What are 3 reasons why a mom would want to sign up her kids with you guys in particular over other tools available in the market?
In a speed test, we were the fastest out of our top 3 competitors. You get the step-by-step math and answer in 1/3 of 1 second, which is the same time it takes to blink your eye. That would be 1. 2, we cover about 95% of the curriculum from 3rd grade to college, which may be comparable to our competitors. Some we may beat, some we may be about the same. And the 3rd is just the depth of the math. So we have students and parents that use my competitors as well. And the number 1 quote we get from the parents is, "Where was this when I was in high school?" I hear that over and over and over again. So I think it's just the clarity and the simplicity of the math and the steps that we lay out in the order that we do that helps them understand. That would be 2. 3 would be the quiz generators. So mom can get an instant assessment of where her kid's at in any given of our 500 calculators instantly. So I guess to phrase that in terms of benefits, understand where your student ranks in the class in seconds at your fingertips or something like that.
Yeah. And oftentimes the way this is displayed, you'll see in the hero section the words that represent the who, what, and then start to introduce the why. And then you may have a section below here that really speaks to the value props. I love to think of it in rules of 3. Our brains are really good at only limited data. And so 3 reinforces that idea. So you can imagine maybe for you, it's like the speed is the first one. It's like the fastest tool on the market for math problems and solutions. The most comprehensive is maybe the second one. And then you could talk about like some of the outcomes or the depth of the curriculum as the 3rd one. So you could play with the specifics there, but an icon, simple text underneath, bam, bam, bam. And then when you get to the next enrollment screen, you repeat those same icons and that same text right here, just to get them over the finish line of what they're going to get there.
Makes sense.
And I suspect that you may want to simplify this page since they've seen a lot of the other content before, so they don't get sucked into the video or sucked into all the text here. And really, you've made the decision to sign up. Okay, now it's time to go. I see you have a 30-day money-back guarantee, which I didn't see on the previous page, or I didn't notice. Tell us a little bit about that.
What happens is you can have a no questions asked 30-day money-back guarantee, and you keep the bonuses for no cost. So the memory course, we give away a memory course. There's an extra credit template that you fill in your name and class, and you can send this to your teacher with a high probability that you'll get a shot at extra credit. And then there's also a mental math shortcuts guide. So this is a guide where you can do a lot of the math without using a calculator, just simple tricks in your head. You would be able to keep all those even if you cancel the plan within 30 days.
I love that. And I'd love to see that more on the main site. Almost like before I start getting into the problems, let me go back to where we were. So back where we were looking at the problems, I love that you give people a chance to use the tool before they're shown, the journey itself. But they do have this upgrade here. And in the top nav, you've got what I typically call a pencil banner. So this thin blue banner at the top with a phone number and your email address. If you set 100% guaranteed here or 100% satisfaction guaranteed, or draw them into, I can get something from this site, right? And that's with them as they go into the upgrade page. And you maybe still have that banner up here as well. That might be a way to kind of pull people in, or maybe on this first page, it says upgrade for unlimited solutions or unlimited problems or something like that. So thinking about how we can nudge people earlier in this process to know that there's something. And then when they hit that wall on the 3rd one of it's time to upgrade, they're not surprised by it. I love what you have of giving them that free offer and the free value up front. But it kind of reinforces and lets them know ahead of time, there's a lot of value here. What I'm getting in those first few problems is going to carry forward if I upgrade now.
I see. So seeding the message early so they see it. And then by the time we ask them for money, they're not shocked.
Yeah, or they're not shocked, oh, I'm going to run out, right? There's like a limit to how many. One of the things you might do as well is like featuring, free problem, 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 2 for the month, right? And having some sort of nudge here that gives them a countdown or reminder or something of, hey, at some point you're going to run out of this resource. You can upgrade now to not have a disruption.
All right.
Awesome. Well, we're at time for our very quick audit today. I wanted to ask you, Don, for 3 things that you are going to take away from our discussion today, either things that came up as we were talking or other ideas for driving more conversion.
This was awesome. Thank you so much. Number 1 would be just keep the language consistent. So if I say enroll, keep that enroll across the site. Second would be make the testimonial font much bigger and indicate whether they're a parent or a student so other parents can relate. And then the third thing is just start seeding the message earlier, like you said, about, hey, you've gotten 1 free calc, you've got 2 left, and then make the language more clear about what they'll get, 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee, and keep the bonuses. So by the time they get to the step where it's time to enter the credit card, they're clear on what's happening and where they're at in the process.
Love those. Don, where can folks find you if they want to learn more about MathCelebrity?
You could just go to mathcelebrity.com, mathcelebrity.com. I'm also on LinkedIn as well. So DonSevcik.
Awesome. Thanks so much for being on today. I hope you have some really valuable outcomes as a result of this. And I look forward to having you on again as you continue to grow in your conversion journey.
Thanks, AJ. This was awesome.
Thank you for tuning in to the Experiment Zone podcast. You can check out more episodes on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and your favorite podcast apps. Check out the show notes for any websites linked in this episode, including where to connect with us on social media. We appreciate you tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you'll be updated of each episode release. And visit us at experimentzone.com for all podcast updates as well. Appreciate you dropping by.